Hello everyone, welcome in. Hi, I'm Chef Jay Tay. Happy to see all of you. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you have a good start to your week. I had a great one. I napped this afternoon. So what's new? What's happening? Hello there, Will Poker. Hi there, Mimic. Welcome in, JK4T. Happy to see all of you. Hello there, Muskeg. Oh, let's see. We have any other check-ins here I'm missing? Let's see. Where did the stream cut off? Start and stop. Welcome. Let's do some coffee. Get our beans moistened. Our ground beans. Finely, well, actually pretty coarsely ground. And then we pour the rest of the hot water in there. We warm up our cup. No one likes a cold cup. We give our filtration a stir. And refill the kettle for next time. Turn off the machine because it's going to try and reheat it right now. So we're doing Marry Me Chicken tonight. But it's a fair stray from original Marry Me Chicken tonight. I'm going to be doing several things that aren't straight. Old school. First off, in primary, Marry Me Chicken is traditionally or originally or famously or however you want to put it, done with spinach. But I have so much broccoli in this house right now that we're doing broccoli. The other one we're doing orzo, which is still pasta, but it's considerably different pasta than most, and probably not the one you think of when it comes to Marry Me Chicken. If you're unfamiliar with orzo, orzo is the pasta shape that looks like little rice. Actually, they look like larger than normal rice, but they're about rice sized when they're dried. And these are gonna probably double, if not triple, in size when we cook them. get myself some sugar because I'm sweet. Get down in there, sugar scoop. We have any Marry Me Chicken fanatics? Haters? Just curious. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Appreciate your company. Here's to a great week. Cheers. Alright, let's start by getting some chicken out and cleaning this cutting board. Dirty, filthy cutting board. Not the best looking breast meat. I've seen much better from this company. I'm worried, I don't know. It used to be better. In my day, chicken used to be better. So effectively slicing in half. By the way, this is not the way you should ever cut. Ever. Ever. I don't know why I did it that way. Get rid of our coffee grounds. Clean up our knife from cutting chicken twice. Chicken off to the side. Broccoli time. Just taking a couple of easy, lazy leaves off. Well, it's easy. I'm breaking down the broccoli clumps into more manageable, maybe fork-sized pieces. I would use the stock if I were doing... I've used the stock in past streams. I'll use it if it's like I'm dicing it up or putting it up pretty small. It is perfectly good to use, and it's great if you use it in like a slaw. But the only reason that broccoli is even on the menu tonight is I have so much of it in the house right now. Let me see if this other stuff is even still good. You see, I even saved the stems from a past project. Did I grow it? No, I don't have room or space to grow much of anything. I'd probably be a lot more active if I had gardening space, but Actually, that's sort of a lie. I could make gardening space, and I haven't. But that would require investing money, time, and effort into a property I don't own. Yeah, the beard and the hair sort of started when I stopped still professionally working. I still do events and stuff like that, but I ain't working in a corporate kitchen. Not a corporate kitchen would have me anyways. How do we go about this tonight? You and you and you. Well, actually, and you. We'll go with you tonight. So tonight's dinner could be a quick one. Like, I've sort of traditionally sort of scheduled the quicker dinner nights here on Monday nights. And so we are doing, I'm just going to cook. But I'm not going to worry about trying to space things out too much. I am going to add an extra pan into the mix than I need to. I'm going to do the broccoli separately later so that I can keep it hopefully a little bit fresher, a little bit greener. Let's weigh out a little pasta here first, because I bought my pasta from the bulk section and I didn't weigh it. Or rather, they weighed it for me. You'll work. Like, bulk bagger knows their job, that much over a pound. Do you cook that with it? Do you save that separate? Sounds like a plan. Except I won't. I'll actually use it for something silly. Oh, hey, you're smoking back here. I should probably turn you off the heat for a moment. Oh, lovely. Olama's still giving me errors. Ever done puffed rice? I think I have. I usually just buy it, though. I've definitely bought it a bunch of times. That's one where you want ultra clean oil. You just want everything to be right. It's not something that's probably going to be right at home unless you're spending a ton of extra money for everything to be, like, perfect. And going with regular old rice is going to taste like puffed old rice. Okay, searing chicken time. Bit of avocado oil in the pan. Laying out our halves of chicken breast. I'm having what the original recipe was off the top of my head here, which I remember it being 4 chicken breasts, which it's a bit much for me. Alright, salt on there, pepper. But as I said, I'm doing all sorts of stuff different. Hey, Soph. Now I'm thoroughly frustrated with what's going on with Olama. Like, just straight up LLMs just straight up lying. As they do normally. It's not really, but I don't know how many different ways I can try and test this and force it to test it. Yeah, we're using up all that extra broccoli tonight. Oh, hey, how did we get to this scene? We're supposed to be over here. What's it lying about? Well, I have Olama running on a Raspberry Pi for doing some things during stream. Primarily, it's supposed to be helping telling what I say as a third version of captions. Anyways, it continues to restart and not properly start, and I think there's a couple of different things trying to call it when it's really only supposed to be running one instance. And then Olama for a Raspberry Pi, it's a considerable memory hog, and so it's not doing good things for the bot. Hey, they can see me. Well, when does fried food ever bad they can see me? I mean, it was an entirely fried dinner. That couldn't have been heavy on my gut at all. That had to be 100% delicious. I really liked how the salmon cakes turned out. I think the beef wontons were awesome. I think I sort of half-assed the chicken. The remoulades turned out great, but they were too thick by the time I wanted to eat them, and I didn't bother wanting to thin them out at the same time. More oil. In with our second chicken breast. Salt and pepper. Awesome! More errors! Is that still with Olama? No. That's maybe with the dashboard? There shouldn't have been an API call. Sun-dried tomatoes. We're going to give these a chop up. Anyone see the GIF or the the Super Bowl wasn't even in San Francisco, and did anyone see the images of all the private planes leaving San Francisco after the football game? It was quite ridiculous. So I'll give these a rough chop on top of slicing them. Where even was the game played this year? I don't even know. I mean, I watched it. I don't know. Oh, was it at the 49ers? Oh, it wasn't. I guess it was in San Francisco. See how much I paid attention to the game yesterday. People dressed as bushes. Yeah, I did see that. That was another one I saw on Reddit that was, imagine the 1,000 or so people who woke up that morning thinking, you know, my major job of the day is dressing up like a bush. Hmm. And let's give it proper. Let's be proper about this. They were dressed up as sugarcane in a story about Puerto Rico's enslavement and use for sugar for the U.S. Let's see, is it ad time? No, we got a little while still. Okay. I'm hand doing ads tonight. Do I want to do much with the... We can do the same with the broccoli that we did. I shouldn't have used such a small bowl. We can do the same thing with the broccoli we're doing with the rest of this dish. Hi there. Red pepper flake. Garlic. Spray oil. Salt. Pepper. Debating what else I need to get done here before we start in on our last parts here. Do I have garlic for that? Nope, I don't even have garlic for that. What the heck I do with it? It's not hidden up here, is it? I don't see it up here. Nope. Okay. Alright. Okay then. You all know what I'm talking about, right? Good. My house is slowly running out of all of my inventory. Like, I am just like, nothing has backup. Nothing is like... I need to re-inventory everything in my kitchen. Oh... It is most certainly stock time. But speaking of that, let's steal some of that from back here. Let's see if I can even get in here. All the stuff I got hidden back here. Cans and Ziploc bags. Riesling wine. Plants. But yeah, it is most certainly getting to be time to make another batch of stock. Alright, so we're melting stock down. I wouldn't know they can see me. It used to be a major thing for... I haven't been in farmers markets since COVID. Since before COVID. And it was a major thing, at least here in California, that we were able to use CalFresh at the farmers markets. And there was a fair number of senior citizens that did a fair amount of their purchasing at the markets because of that. And I suspect so much fear that's not there anymore, or not nearly as big of a section anymore. Like, farmers markets just getting hit from all sides. Hey Melvin, welcome back. That would be because it looks maybe restarting? Bot maybe down? Maybe... What is going on here, bot? That looks like restart stuff in the logs. Wow. Well, we'll just wait and see what's going on there. Oh, I'm so pissed off that that's like... I spent so much time trying to get that event manager split up to work right. And... it's now a totally confused system for working with Event Sub, which I have a weird and wonky system for working with Event Sub in order to try and keep things a little more secure. It's not stressful, it's beating my head against the wall. It's telling these LMs to do what I want them to do. Them giving me answers that seem reasonable, code that seems reasonable, and it just being a blatant lie because it doesn't work. And then they charge me more for it. It's pissing me off. And it really sort of worries me, this whole Claude Code, Codex, whatever you want to call this next gen of LLM, which is sort of working independent of any sort of software. Like, they want you to be dependent on the LLM. They're working as hard as they can to make you dependent on it, and so you have to keep going back to it. And... I mean, I understand where the people who hate AI are at and why they're there. I'm just of the reality crew saying that we're not going to unevent this. This is part of our world now. And we have to either fight it to make it work better for us, or or we're going to be the same place we are with GMOs. Melt. I want to move on in the world. Need that for the broccoli. The problem with me doing a another stock stream, though, is currently I don't have enough chicken carcasses to really do a decent chicken stock. Maybe I should try that. See if that old thing still works. I got all the parts to it. Alright, taking 3/4 of a cup here of the stock for our chicken. Nice, Melvin. What's your go-to spices for that? Alright, so we got some nice hot stock there, but I don't need that stock to be hot. I actually sort of need that stock to be cool. So I'm going to drop one of these bad boys in there. Wow, that actually froze pretty clear. That's awesome. It's usually a bit of a project in order to get ice to freeze clear in a freezer. Nice. You've put in a lot more effort into it than I do. I just buy a bottle of garam masala, but I'm not Mr. Indian food, and I've said many times that Indian food is sort of like my biggest blind spot in the culinary world that I know of. Alright, so we have our liquid for cooking our pasta. I think I'm going to throw another ice cube in that. Salt. Since I don't heavily season my stocks. And we'll add our rice. Our orzo in there as well. And then we're going to turn the heat on. Because the way I'm cooking my pasta tonight, I'm cooking my pasta closer to the way that people typically cook their rice. In that cold liquid and measured to match the amount of pasta I'm making, bringing it to a boil together and then letting it sit. Which is how you do pasta in the modern day. Sorry, Italian grandmothers, I'm on a side with Kenji Lopez Alt and McGee, Harold McGee. All right, so flame back on our chicken searing pan. Let that warm back up. Yeah, I'm cooking in a combination of stock and water. Like, I defrosted the stock because I needed 3/4 of a cup of it for working with the chicken, for making the chicken tomato and cream sauce. And I have it defrosted. I don't have another use for it, really, so throw it in with the pasta. Give the pasta flavor. Oh, good. Hummingbirds have returned. I was worried yesterday, that my hummingbird feeder, I had gone too long and they decided that it was done for the year. And they're back. That's good. They're start heating the pan in the back here too. This was going to be for our broccoli. The thing I'm thinking of trying here next They Can See Me is doing, and this is mostly because I don't have chicken. I have 1 or 2 chicken carcasses in there, but I typically have 4 or 6 to do a batch of chicken stock. I'm thinking of doing the rotisserie chicken one. Oh, not even that. If you're following, what's his name from England, he uses his quick method to a stock is pressure cooking an entire like warehouse club rotisserie chicken, or wherever your Safeway supermarket one is, and doing that. No, Chris Young is trying to claim something that was done in a restaurant that was not his. He is doing the I worked there so I own it game. And I don't appreciate that. So we're going in with our stock in our pan that we did our chicken with. We're doing sun-dried tomatoes. And I'm doing half and half because I have half and half in my house. This dish is traditionally with heavy cream. Oh well. Oopsies. Not showing all the action there. We got everything in there now. Our stock, our sun-dried tomatoes. Let that come up to heat together. Salt, pepper, MSG, broccoli going in the back. Garlic powder. Dried oregano. Red chili flake. Freeze-dried basil. Cutting the heat on the bottom on the sauce. And just to warm them back up. Chili flake tend to spread their flavor pretty well, pretty effectively. I think it's more of a matter of whether you consider them hot on their own. Like, they're not habanero hot, but they certainly add heat, and they're pretty effective at it. Hi, Nanoeater. Put a lid on the orzo. That one's entirely way too large. Cooked pasta. We need you cooked now. We're ready for you. Absolutely. I sort of skipped the step here that when you started with the oil in the pan and then went in with the stock and the rest of the sauce, traditionally you started off with the oil, some fresh garlic, and some red pepper, and so you're getting that garlic and that red pepper in the actual oil flavor for the rest of everything else, and so it just sort of fills into everything. I didn't have the fresh garlic tonight. I wasn't using fresh garlic tonight, and I wasn't going to sit there with just red pepper flakes in the pan for a couple of seconds. I just sort of skipped it. Big flavor helper. Heat off on the broccoli now too. And we're waiting for orzo to finish. I've made several substitutions tonight, and I hope I've been clear to that to anyone watching the VOD. This is not traditional Marry Me Chicken. We're not doing spinach, I'm doing broccoli instead of spinach. I'm using half and half instead of cream. I haven't properly used fresh garlic with this. I am using garlic, I'm just substituting dried garlic. And now we just need our pasta to cook, but we gotta wait another 8 minutes or so for that to finish its steam action. We got it up to a boil. Well, let's see, it's Monday. That means we have to decide what we're doing on Wednesday. That looks like we're cooking in dinner and dessert using ketchup, folks. We'll have a new vote up in Discord here tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday. At some point, I'll remember to do that. I will also take this moment to do a little PSA and remind everyone that, or let everyone know, that Discord is changing its security measures and is going to require everyone to either upload photos or government IDs in order to ensure people are above 13 years of age and lovely things like that. And so if you haven't heard about that, you want to read about that, that link there in the general discussion channel in the walk-in will show you is directly to Discord's site. It's their own press release. And so, yeah, Discord, whether you like it or not, along with all the other governments wanting to know who you are. Of course, with I've talked about this several times. I don't know if you caught me talking about it before, Melvin, but there's a fair number of countries out there. We've Australia now for sure with a 16 and up social media policy. And Spain has announced that they're going to do a teenager and up social media policy. They're having to do this in order to respect the laws of these other countries to say that they don't have kids on their site. Yeah, I don't love the tracking aspect of it. I do think the kids don't need to be, doing stuff on social media at the same time too. Like, wait till college. They're a problem everywhere, including in our government. Our president. We've spent 4 minutes now. We got another 4. That's interesting. And cool. The bot at least updated the event for Discord tonight. Like, I last minute changed the title of tonight's stream. Like 30 minutes before stream, I changed the title from Spinach to Broccoli. And, like, it seems to have picked it up in a number of areas, which is cool. Like, I've been complaining and annoyed at the bot, and I'm royally frustrated that it's not properly processing Twitch events right now. But it does some cool stuff. We're waiting on the orzo to finish steam cooking. We're waiting on the pasta to finish steaming. Welcome in, Sniper. Make sure everything's staying warm enough here. Yeah. Why does it no longer say hi when you check in? Because the bot is not properly processing certain Twitch events. A good portion of them. I've been having issues with that for almost the last month now. At least the last 2 weeks. I definitely want that to be back, Sniper. It's been caused because I took StreamerBot largely out of the picture. StreamerBot before was handling basically all of my overlays and stuff, and I'm now handling that with my own bot, but there's been a significant headache. And like I said earlier in the stream tonight, I feel like I'm sort of beating my head against the wall with this. It keeps telling me that it's fixed what it's done. Its fix seems reasonable. The code seems reasonable. I start stream and then nothing works. Where can you find the official thing for the Discord confirmation thing? In the walk-in, in the main chat section of my Discord. I posted the link there. Otherwise, I am certain you can find it with a quick search. It's been recent news because, yeah. Yeah, Sniper, it's not. I don't expect it to really be a problem for most people in that sense. The thing that it's going to change, and I'm sort of curious what it does change, is I am certain there are Discord platforms out there that are botted and not necessarily using the proper app system with Discord to make a bot. I wonder how quiet some of these Discords are going to get now. This is also probably a fallout of national security secrets being shared like every other week on Discord in like private Discords for like video games and stuff. People using real life military tech in video games saying, no, that's not how that works. This works this way. All right, we're there time-wise. Let's see what we got here. We have pasta. And let's do a little olive oil tonight. Olive oil matches better than... So we'll do a floor of orzo here. That's still a little warmer than I want to hold on to it for a minute with. Do some of our... I'm going to do the broccoli sort of off to the side tonight with this. I think it's said in the thing. It's not right now, but it's recent. It's gonna be soon. It is They Can See Me. That is in the title of the stream tonight. Let's see here. What are we doing? I think this is where we're going to leave things for tonight. This lovely Monday evening. I wish you all a lovely start to your week. We're going to be back here on Wednesday doing ketchup. So sweet and savory doing ketchup. What else we got coming up here on the weekend this week? I don't have anything planned for Friday. But we do have Can It Be Delicious on Sunday. For anyone new in here and unfamiliar, once a month I do Can It Be Delicious. I have a collection of cans in my house. We do a vote. We do 5 different votes. Chat chooses 5 different cans without labels, without you being able to tell what you're choosing, and I have no idea. Well, I have some idea what you're choosing, but I don't really know what you're choosing. And I have to make dinner from that. So that is Sunday's fun. It's also National Gumdrop Day on Friday, or Sunday. It's National Tortellini Day on Friday. I have no idea what I'm doing for Friday's dinner. If you have ideas, throw them in the Discord. Maybe I'll do them. Emphasis on the maybe. Melvin, I did have one with 3 cans of tomatoes. Or was it 3 cans of, like, it was tomatoes, 2 kinds of tomato soup and tomatoes, or something like that. Yes, those things have happened. There is spam in the availability. There is other wonky cans in the availability. There's things like gravy in a can and nacho cheese, and it can be hectic. It can be fun. So I hope you all join me. Let's see who's streaming tonight. That wasn't what I wanted. Okay. I think we got a target for tonight. I'm gonna raid out tonight. So I hope you all have a great evening. I hope to see you back here on Wednesday for the ingredient challenge for ketchup night. Thank you for joining me tonight. Have a great week, everyone. Good night.